podcast in conversation with Josh Sage. I'm your host, guys, Josh Sage. I'm with this guy here. Take a void. He was just introduced who he is.
Why me not introduce?
My school mate.
This is Karabo Mathaila, and I'm gonna be your co-host in the Teachers Podcast with Josh Sage.
Yes.
Hashtag Conversations with Josh Sage.
Yes. Guys, so here we'll be talking about everything that is concerning education. You can see there are a lot of things so already when I look at January, a lot has happened. A lot has happened. So now we're just gonna discuss what was happening January, but moving on. So talking isn't as new. Like 2000. It's not an easy task. I'm a teacher myself.
You saying the difference between the Generation Z and laba before bona. Kune difference.
Yeah, I was fit to our come on, you remember when we were still going to school, how strict it was and everything, and about the child back then. But you don't have like freedom about that.
But the freedom as you mentioned, we'll be talking about what happened. And on the January, we saw that our video be what trend.
Oh, like that's what Mama Chigis. But then okay, let's look at teen, Masafund. Like you knew what a school in Shire. You didn't have the guts to go and tell your parents. And say go and report. You didn't have that power to go and report. But man, they can just go and report you with one or two. Actually, the school, whatever. More if you feel like they didn't treat you well. But see, back in the days, now it's a bit easy.
It's easy.
Yeah, it's a bit easy for learners. I think the freedom and the rights thing.
Okay, so it's easy initial. The easy part, the now generation has technology to back them up.
Yeah, all these things,
to back them up.
Everything, like they can see things happening on social media, So this is happening in other schools. Now, but they want to do the same thing. So,
because January from the opening is called until March.
Yeah.
Is called already like they've started implementing what if it's called 7:30.
Yeah.
7:30 gates are locked.
Actually,
ever after the whole saga year video.
Yeah, after the whole saga video, but before it's because that's what I'm saying. People see what is happening on social media, what is happening in other schools, and then they want to implement that. But then we all know we don't know somewhere, somehow. Someone might think, okay, it's wrong, but then if one can do it, why not? Same thing they see someone doing this as now. They want to do the very same thing. So, but then it's a debate, this thing. Are they having it easy, these days? Or are they having it harder? Because, times have changed. There are new challenges. Experiences are different. There are certain things in Zagamaj, and then when they look at them, it's like, during this time. Distinction. But then, if you're working during this time, people might have been wise. It might have been wise.
So you're saying you're a teacher and get by profession. Yeah, so what's your take on the thing? The entire year, knowing that the grade 7, obviously some primaries is grade 1 to 7. Yes. After grade 7, they have to go to secondary. Then the entire year, December still, and then January when schools open, they come to school and want to find space for their kids. What's your take on that?
The thing is, it's not always good they didn't look for space, man. Sometimes they do look for space, and then some schools they are very selective. There are those schools that are very, very selective when it comes to learners. They take the ones that are more, we can say, more intelligent.
bafuna ukuboosta i-pass rate
Pass rate, yeah, most schools want to boost the pass rate, so they're gonna take those learners that they feel like they are good enough according to them, based on the results of where they're coming from.
As a teacher.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still explaining. I'm still explaining. Okay, it's parent, man. You want to take your child to a certain school, maybe you look at the top schools around, and then you miss and my results work, and then only to find out that your child's results are not as good. And then mom rejects in those schools. So when they reject him, so you must go and look for another, and this was late. And then also another factor might be, obviously, when right now, and you're staying in a certain place, now you're shifting. Moving, like you're moving, relocation. And then you arrive there, they will be probably in January and stuff. And then you start looking for school. There are a lot of factors to this. But Abanyende is just sit. You never know what are the reasons.
Yeah. And yes, guys, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Teachers Podcast. Don't forget to leave the comment. If you have a topic that we want us to discuss, just post it there. Then so what's last?
Yeah, we are willing to talk about anything that you want us to talk about. Yeah. So just
education related, guys.
Yeah, education related, or things that are happening in the society that are affecting our education, not just in high schools or primary. That's not the
college. Yeah. Mara the whole thing of you saying umzalo like fund has to relocate because of work purposes.
Yes, or whatever.
The same thing that he did, found a job, looked around. So why angatatanga isikhathi to actually look for spaces, and why didn't like expand the opportunities? Why apply at the one school instead of applying at many schools just to be safe?
Yeah, you can say that, but then there's certain schools where you look at and then parents says, my child will not go to that school. I want my child to go to that school. And it's very difficult to convince someone to take in a certain school like a food. I'm not gonna mention names or mention in the house whatsoever. Or because of things that you see, like everything that is happening in schools, 2 minutes is on social media. So some parents will see those things happening on social media and be like, nah, my child is like, So and then they see schools like they are babaza, like they talk well about them on social media. So every parent will be like, I want to take my child to that school. And those schools, the schools the application, like the learners, like all learners want to go to that school. Like many parents want to take their learners to that school. So the number of applicants become very big. So the number of rejection also is going to be it's also going to be big. Understand? So those are the factors. But then our parents my parents man, they just think ukuthi umntwana wami nje wazophasa automatically uzosithola space. Yabona uphase kahle umntwana wami, so automatically bazobuka i-report yakhe. So mangathatha i-report yakhe umntwana wami ngihambe naye esikoleni esithize, and then they will just take the learner because they think uphase kahle usharp umntwana. But you know how schools operate. They open applications and then they close. So late application. So I think we should just encourage parents to look for space as soon as possible, especially if they know their child is in grade 7 or next year will move. So if they're planning to move maybe the following year, so they might just look for a space very, very fast. Otherwise they're gonna have problem. But
I see come viewers.
Yeah, but you can comment, guys, and say what are your thoughts.
Should parents book space once registration open? Because it's college avula, and then by October, November, that's where registration starts.
They actually close around November. Actually, they open around July. Some schools.
Yeah,
and then October.
And see teacher.
Yes, I saw that part. So yeah, so I think we should also encourage parents, to apply in many schools.
Yeah.
Not just even you see, I don't want my child to go there. Yes, apply at the school of
You never know.
And then after that, and then you apply also in other schools, even if you feel like just in case reject. Yes. That's my varsity. That's the same thing. umuntu apply 2 universities
rejected
reject away 2 and then the next thing sithola sofuna usumela enza course angayifuni because akafuna apply in other university you know umuntu say mina I want to go to UCT and then UCT you know bakapa njani vets
still on the topic ya varsity ne
yeah
ama matric results aphumile
eish
abantwana bephethe stress umntwana cross over phethe stress ama result aphumile abanye abekho ku newspaper.
You see that one about this thing in newspaper. I mean, I thought it was a valid in the
newspaper. It's a generation thing.
It's a generation thing, but then
Mama was told to newspaper. Why not me?
Okay, yeah, okay, I understand that part. But then I feel like my SMS. So there's this option SMS. So when the SMS, I'm forgetting my results. So I can't vote that you had it because you know, like student numbers comes one. It's Karabo. 1821. But newspaper. I go newspaper. So automatically I know because Karabo I zimkapile. So I think this thing about results, some schools performed very well.
Is it the school or is the teachers or it's the learners?
It's everything.
What causes, as from a teacher's perspective, what causes the pass rate to drop?
What causes the pass rate to drop? There are a lot of factors. It can be either the teachers, can be the learners. Commitment. It's commitment. So what causes the pass rate to drop? It's commitment on someone. I'm not going to say who. It's commitment on someone.
As you could imagine, we are addressing the issues.
Yeah, we're addressing the
issues.
Teachers
podcast.
The teachers podcast.
We are teaching and we are being taught at the same time.
Yes, I think I think that I think we need to invite other teachers and then see. Yeah, I shouldn't give my own. I shouldn't give my own answer on that. But I think if we could have 2 teachers here and then
teachers to also give the vibe.
What is it? I think on the next episode when we invite other teachers, we should talk about that. Yeah, I suppose. Hey,
but come on, let's just touch base on it.
The results, ne.
Mina ngifuna ukuthi yaqala niche isikole grade 1 to 12.
Yes.
Immediately get to grade 12, you know what you have to do. You know what you're aiming for. So as a learner, I'm gonna talk from a learner's perspective.
Okay.
I got never kulmela, but I'm talking on myself.
Yeah.
You know what's okay, fine. Image yan trap. A science yan trap. But there's a certain concepts, certain like chapters that I know what no matter ipumili, I'm gonna ace it. But still you ignore that fact. So inkinga it's on me. The commitment that you're saying it's about commitment.
Commitments, yeah.
And it's committing okay, man apply at UJ after June. UJ in accept before I could even write my finals. So if I'm not committing myself to what I want to achieve, I'm not gonna achieve
what you want. Yeah, like I think another factor there's this thing, but see, universities they want some results over grade 11. And then in grade 11 gets very low marks. And then work in grade 12. So someone once said this to me, what's the reason sometimes I reject high marks, but I'm rejected, especially in those difficult courses, because they look at this person as a person who cannot handle pressure over a long period of time. So if they see this person, grade 11 and grade 12, high marks, so this person is consistent.
So was it pressure? Which
pressure? Because even in grade 11, this person was still handling well, grade 12 still handling well, which means even say varsity will still continue.
First semester,
it was shy. I got my first year. Hi, then second year, varsity, first year and second year. Akfan. So I think commitment like goes a long way. I think also another big I would say issue is that we start encouraging learners to be more dedicated, more for metric. I think that's one of the issues.
So now you're taking from a teacher's space.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about you. I should say, sometimes that's way.
It's your fault. Now you.
Was it my fault?
Well, you're saying, Nani, you encourage a learner at the later stage, which is grade 12, to be more focused.
Not just the teacher's fault. Also the parents' fault. Okay. Okay.
I'm taking from your weight.
Okay, yeah.
You feel like you're encouraging them at grade 12. of which you should start encouraging them to take their education serious from earlier grades, 10, 11 and all that. Study mates, practice mates.
Yeah, I think
Before
okay.
grade 12.
I think it's not just on okay, yes, see even schools, you know most schools they focus more on grade 12 than the other grades, right?
Yeah.
So but then also the parents on their side, they don't encourage their children enough from the lower grades. But when I expect a bona ama results, you see good a parent is now serious with his child's school work, must grade 12. But all these years, good to little homework, it doesn't matter. But then, we can, also the child, I think, also must know what's why school, man. No room 6 every day when you try to pass book about, but I was asked, why you that? You know, I already need to understand why are they going to school. Like, why are they going to school? Actually, so back to January. Now, so as we say, any athletics and stuff. It's been one heck of a week, especially last week.
Yeah, the second week.
Yeah, the second week with my athletics.
But actually, nami like it's confusing me because it's called Katupul.
Yeah.
Jiki abantwana have to do athletics. Why when you get at least time to adjust? Because some are still adjusting to the grade. Some are new to the school. They have to find themselves. Do I belong here or when
I think it's because it's schools. In schools, there are seasons. This is what is being done. The sport is so like my team 1 is athletics. We know team 2 is probably soccer and rugby. Team 3. I think that's the calendar. That's how it's set. And you cannot start athletics towards the end of the term because towards the end of term it's way busy. So much they want since now Magvula. It's not that busy and stuff. It's relaxed. The pressure is not too much with schoolwork on the learners, actually. So the learner can actually focus on Ukijima and all these other athletics.
When I didn't like really get it.
You didn't.
Okay, why? That's why once it's athletics. It's was before my homework amaning.
Yeah, because those were under pressure. Imagine you have to go and run and then the next thing. 9 minutes, let's solve for X.
Anyways, guys, while we're still there, please don't forget to subscribe, follow us, and hit that alert button. Because each and every time we post an episode, you are the first one to hear what's ever about the Teachers Podcast has just released an episode. This is Karabo Mathaila, and I am your co-host along with Josh Sage.
Yes, guys. So you also can follow us on our social media platform on Instagram. Right now, we don't have a Facebook page. But I think we're going to have one soon. But then on Instagram, you can follow us on the Teachers Podcast. You see all the updates there. Yeah. All the short clips that you want to see.
Everything.
Everything. And also on TikTok. You're going to find us on TikTok.
Yeah. Don't forget
Teachers
to
Podcast.
Follow us, guys.
Yes. So, So we still have a lot to talk about. I'm sure you also want to hear certain topics being spoken about. So you can just comment about shows, guys. Can you talk about this? Because we're not gonna remember everything, but we would like to talk about all these issues.
And it's not only that we are gonna focus on high school. Like college is there.
University
is there. We wanna invite professors and say, for you to enroll a student who got 70 distinction. What's happening? About how do you cope with different students in college level? Because I have a teacher. High school teacher, at least we know what's okay. High school wise, we are covered. So college, we are coming for you.
So come on, crash. So from crash, what's not grade 0? Remember, was still they say is there grade 0?
You grade 0, couldn't crash. Still on crash. Umzali umntana makakhala nge-first day. Anale ish le ukuthi namanje kusanomntana akhalayo. Like uyakhala.
I think maybe nomntwana is not used to playing with other kids. Maybe abantwana abavalelwe endlini abafuna baphuma. Or he's not, I don't know, man. Like, I've seen even one that is sakhula, like, mina zayinkhala sha. But I saw others who feel about drop and a person kumele ahambe umzali. Hey.
Zokusho ukuthi inkinga yukubazali.
No, it depends on the type of a child. Like their child, like abantwana bangazwana, like if they see you for the first time, they don't want to be around you. Abantwana banjani. Abantwana who are welcoming, same time they just play with you.
Right.
And then there are certain kids who would say, hi, if abona umuntu ongamazi nje vele usufuna umbamba hayi uzoyiza alarm ke isiqhume alarm same time yabo. So just imagine that child akazwana afuna umuntu oyi-1 manje masombika in a group of unknown people. Uyabona ukuthi kahle indlela sena ngifrustrated kahle kahle.
hayi ngiyakuzwa, but yeah, we'll be touching base on everything.
Yeah, we'll talk about everything from crash up until varsity.
Up until first job.
Yeah, until first job.
Because it's a teaching podcast, so we're gonna teach each other.
We're gonna teach each other, guys, and then we're gonna invite teachers here. So maybe you are from a school, a learner. Maybe someday we'll invite your teacher. You must also tell your teachers to watch this. So, but then we'll be inviting teachers to come and then just have conversation with myself, guys. Josh Sage, if you don't know who I am, you can follow me on social media.
Hey, why may never follow?
Oh, so that I can give them updates. Now they can follow you. Like social media.
And this Karabo Mathaila, but Nicola guys, I'm on the Teachers Podcast. I wanna be more on the Teachers Podcast and actually talk about. There we are. We're having an A student.
Yes.
My teacher's pet. Initially, the A student was the teacher's pet. So, is it true when a learner is performing well, the teachers actually love that student?
No. Why would as a teacher we wake up in the morning and then we was on? No, I still don't get that thing. But see, this teacher hates me and stuff. Maybe I don't know, man. I still don't get this thing. Because why? Like in a class out of maybe I'm teaching almost 200 learners. And then out of the 200, and then I just decide to hate someone. Yes, those learners who are performing, obviously, they're going to be closer to the teacher because no, they're not teacher's pet. But the problem is that Abantwana who perform, most of the time they like being closer with their teacher, especially if they're performing in that subject. Even now, like that subject that you love the most, you're closest to that. The learners bring themselves to the teacher.
Jeez.
And then the teacher seems like utanda that learner, but the learners are the ones actually coming to the teacher more and more and more. And then obviously, if there's a group of learners and then these ones always coming to you, it's more easier to talk to them. They will have conversation with them, like on a personal level and all these things. But then sometimes you try to talk to other learners and then, not every learner can just talk to you. There's some learners are open to other teachers and then not open to others. But there's no such thing as the teacher's peg.
So is it like, are you covering like it's not there?
When you look at it,
is it there or it's not there?
Imagine I cannot give an example.
Don't give examples because
no, but no, I'm not giving an example. It might look like that, but if you look at it like
but you are saying both on an individual perspective and on a teacher's
it depends which one of you are. It depends which of you are, but for me it doesn't exist.
Okay,
this thing of the teachers, it doesn't exist. But then it might seem like the teacher has my favorites.
Because they are performing.
Not necessarily because they are performing. There are certain learners who behave as well. Some learners because maybe they participate in sports, and then maybe they are closer to you because maybe now you, as a teacher, you're that teacher that loves sports. So you become close. Like there are many reasons why it can be closer to you. To a learner is.
And a student be close, and teacher be closer to a student.
Vice versa.
Yes. So if Mr. Just Sage, you saying there's no teacher's pet.
Yeah, according to me.
Yeah, according to you.
According to me.
So if a student is performing well, very it's gonna be treated this is gonna push our pass rate, number one. If a student is performing well, sport wise, it's gonna put our school's name up there.
Remember when Karabo
No, I wanna understand the concept that you're saying.
Yeah.
I get because as much as we can avoid it, there's always that favoritism in class. Along the students. As much as students might be sitting together, let's say you teach a class of 30 in maths, along that 30, there's that 2 or 10 that you're like, you see, this is my top 10 in the class. And the other 20,
maybe you might see it that way, but then it depends on who's asking questions a lot. It might seem like there are learners that are like booze.
So meaning if a student is not active,
it's not active. It's not easy to actually notice that learn. You can ask questions and be like, guys, do you understand? You know what they're gonna say. They're gonna say, do you understand? You used to say the same thing. Guys, do you understand?
Yes.
Everyone, yes. And then you, okay, can you explain what I was saying? And then do.
Yeah, and then the other one, the
And then
A star. You're like, no, you're talking about teachers' podcast.
And then
this
these things. So sometimes it's just a matter of how active the learner is in class. That's why maybe you might end up. It might look like you are giving other learners more attention than others, but you know, the learners will tell us you taught them, but you don't even know their voice.
Okay.
You know, you try to make them speak, they just don't want to speak.
So I guess this is the best platform for us as the host of the Teachers Podcast to address the issues that if you teach a class of 30, you must know everyone's voice.
Yes, but you cannot force someone to talk.
No, you don't have to force someone to talk.
Yes,
at
no.
the end of the day,
let's say you're asking me a question and then say I don't know. What do you do?
No, what is it that you don't know? What is it
they do say magic. Let us tell you I don't know. So what do you say?
You must be concerned. Okay, I mean, I feel like it's the fault of the teachers.
Mm-hmm. It's the fault of the teachers. Not really.
Like I said, it's a class of 30.
Yeah, it's a class of 30.
There's 15 that are performing well.
Yeah.
That actually are curious of why should we solve for X and not Y?
Yeah.
How did we get to this sum or this answer? And the other 15 is just copying what you're saying. And get. Because there's also the type of students that in class they can perform, but when we get to the exam, they can't perform.
There are options for that. You know, I think the thing is most schools they still don't apply that. They call concession. Concession. Concession that is more like if a learner is bad handwriting, and then they apply for a concession so that he can have a scribe. Someone is going to write here. That the learner just reads the question and then tells the other person the answer. That person writes. Like you have a writer.
So
and yeah,
it's about concession.
Yeah, and there are learners who cannot read. So they need someone to read for them. So that learner, what will happen is that the person will be reading the questions, and then like when I cannot read, but when I read the question and then maybe I can just write the answer.
So okay,
there are those options.
This is a teacher's podcast, and I just got taught that there's what a concession.
Concession,
yes. Is it good?
Yeah, it is good because I've seen it working.
So is it working straight, like clean, legit?
No, but it's not like it doesn't mean good spell. I'm reading you the question, then maybe they obvious get the right answer. Let us still have to study. Like what I'm saying is that
there you are a student. And you call me to be your concession.
It's like your assistant.
Yeah, I'm gonna be your assistant.
Yeah, maybe a scribe or something.
And then in high school, I was actually good in maths. And then you call me to come and assist you. I read the sum for you. I'm like, okay, it's 2x plus 2x squared plus 1x to the power of whatever sum makes. And then I see already I know the steps, and then you do your own steps. Do I have the right to correct you? I just keep quiet and
no, but I know. Like when you write, if you're my scribe, you write what I tell you.
Is it?
Yeah, because I think I've never been in like a space like I've never seen. I think there's a camera there, especially for my matric. I think there's a camera of seeing what was like during the session of writing. Yeah. Were you really writing? What the person was? Yeah,
with the phone, like copy them.
So I think this is something a lot of schools should look into, and also parents. You know, if they know with their child cannot read, but maybe their child when it comes when they are in class, when they're in class, they perform or the teacher can see that the learner in class a performer man. But must have end up in the ball. Man, so they can try concession. Then see what is the problem.
But anyways, what's your take?
Guys, just keep on commenting. Keep on commenting. See, there's always more comments, but see.
Do you vote for concession to be applied from grade 7 to grade 12?
Or from grade 1? Can be. But you can tell if from grade 1.
No, why not from grade 1? From grade 1.
Yes.
And then what's the point of that learner actually being taught to read, to write, to understand.
But if you're not good at something like me, in fact, I know my handwriting. My handwriting is not that good.
Was keep a grade R when.
I did do grade R. I did grade 0. I even did grade 0.
Was keep crashed in grade R. Why
No, but then my handwriting, I'm afraid. You know, it's funny handwriting about doctor.
No, but that one is prescribed to be understood by the pharmacist. The doctor and the pharmacist communicate the same handwriting.
Yeah, but if the learner has a problem of handwriting, you know, that's something you cannot fix. If I feel bad, you cannot teach. You know, there's certain things like, you know, you can see with this person, this learner is struggling. It's not like everyone who has a bad writing. I'm not saying everyone who has a bad handwriting. There are those who are struggling to write. Struggling to write. Okay, but if you could ask them the questions, they could tell you the answers.
They are vocal.
Yeah, they are vocal. So those ones was oral test.
Oral test. Yes. No, I hear you. But there's certain schools that teach kids cursive writing.
Okay, yes.
So meaning there you are, you have a bad handwriting, then you enroll to a school, that school actually enrolls you to do cursive writing. At the same time, you have bad writing, then you have to learn how to do cursive writing. Okay. Those two combined, will it gonna work for you? Because you are saying the concession must start at grade 1 and get grade R.
No, I was just saying, why not grade 1? If you see the learner is struggling.
The learner is struggling, but what happened in grade 3?
Because you can tell, I think if someone is struggling, it's not like grade 7. It started at a lower grade.
Lower grade.
Yeah, it's obvious. If you're struggling with something.
The teacher didn't pay much attention. But I can't.
I think it's something. I think concession. The problem with concession is that most schools, I feel like they're not aware about it.
Because they don't understand it. And as the teachers podcast, I feel like it's us who are going to help you guys.
Yes, and
to give you more information.
And there's a lot of information we're still going to get here of it, because we're still going to invite.
Yeah, maybe the next time we're going to invite the head of the school. Like, what's your take on concession? Are you going to vote for it for your next class?
But okay, let's say you're like a principal. Why would you not?
Why would I not?
Yeah, like maybe I need to hear a perspective on that. Why would you not? Like, okay, this is a chance for learners, that are struggling, to redeem themselves. Okay. And when I'm saying, like, why would you not consider a concession?
I won't consider a concession. Number one,
yes.
The question that I asked, there we are. I'm good in maths, and then you ask me to be your assistant. It's either I'm going to write what you tell me, or I'm going to read the question and you write what I tell you. There I am. I see.
Can you give it the benefit of the doubt?
No, wait. There you are. I see that you're writing the wrong sum. Yeah. It's a simultaneous equation, but you're skipping many steps that we're going to guarantee.
Okay, I get that part. I get that part. Yeah.
And then as a principal,
but then maybe they should just hire someone who doesn't know the subject. I think they can. Yeah, okay, I never did accounting.
Yeah.
And then the only thing I'm there to do, I'm writing what you're telling me.
So meaning, if you're good in maths, they shouldn't
hire the person that they know.
They shouldn't call you for.
Yeah, hence they don't hire teachers for a concession. They hire someone who's just an independent. Like a random person. Yeah, independent. Okay. Maybe they can have a company for scribers, which provide this.
But anyways,
we can have one done. We provide these scribers.
If there's any company out there, don't forget to hit our comment section and say, guys, here I am, I'm available, and then we'll hit you up with contact details. Yeah. Maybe you can promote your business of concessions agents.
It's simple, yeah. So now we can have our own, just outsource the business, then have our scribers, have our readers, and all these things. But anyway, guys, if you haven't subscribed, just pause the video and then click that subscribe button and notification and comment. Don't forget to also like the video. Yeah, share with others. Tell people about that. The Teachers Podcast has kicked up. Is it kicked up or kicked in? Say corner. So that exists, but it's not going to be two English words. But I'm not an English teacher.
Say corner.
Yeah, so that exists. So, guys, please follow us on our social media platform, The Teachers Podcast. I'm Josh Sage, your host, with
Karabo M.
Karabo M, guys. Mathaila. It's not Karabo Mathaila. Karabo M.
Mathaila. Yes. But anyways, it's not about us, guys. It's The Teachers Podcast that we brought here. And yeah, guys, whatever that you want to talk about. Important factor that we forgot, my guy. Important factor that we forgot. It's January. everything is cool, like
Yeah.
everything it's
Talk
teachers.
about January.
Yeah, teachers are still enrolling, are still getting used to new students.
Uh-huh.
You know, kids are already behind with syllabus of maths. It's a lot, you know.
And that's already behind, brother. But that's, you know, we had the water crisis.
Yes, the water crisis in the
And,
nation.
and then
But
the
yeah,
are not going to school now.
That's
okay.
something for another
Already
day.
I'm behind. The only thing I'm waiting for is if you are going back tomorrow, recovery plan. Yeah, that's
Okay,
the Karabo
right.
goes.
So last year we had a crisis
Yeah.
of gangs in schools.
Oh, gangsters.
Gangs in schools. They were like a school like had problems. Students were coming with pangas, with alcohol. The whole thing. As a teacher, how do you handle that?
You know, I think it depends on how strict the school is, those things. You know, because, you know, those things, things we cannot, I think we can get rid of them if we work together as a society. Like, I think, you know, those things, man.
Doesn't it start on the perimeter of the school?
Actually, it starts from outside. Because they come from their societies as groups. About this thing of gangsterism in schools. But it's something, if the school is really focusing on it to get rid of it, I think any school can deal with it. You know, making sure those guys, they just pinpoint those ones that are part of the groups, especially the leaders. You know, if you can deal with the leader, if you can kill the head, the body will.
But how are you going to get the head? Because what you get is the other parts. And and the other parts are not willing to give the head.
But it's like getting rid of this thing is not a one week thing. It's something that, you know, you have to be consistent. Like, you know, because some schools don't have it, some do.
So meaning
so I think, you know, if maybe you could have, you know, like I'm saying, these are certain things we need to note down, guys. We need to note down. I mean, I'm not going to answer everything, but I'm the host. So she's in cool room everything. So, so I don't want to argue with myself or argue now. I'm just going to question
you're
our
gonna
guests.
touch base and then after.
Yeah, today we're not going deep. We don't want to go deep. Guys.
That's why we're just touching base, guys.
But then, guys, finding more topics that, you know, we can talk about. When if it was.
And also now let's speak about mixing school and personal relations.
School and personal relations.
But let's just post it and then the public, please comment if ever you vote for it or you disagree with it. The thing that a teacher and a teacher, they find love in school, is it wise? The thing of a teacher and a student, the mingle, is it
teacher,
wise?
I think the teacher and the student issue is just a clear thing. It's a no.
No, let them comment.
Yeah,
on it,
okay.
And then we will come with. I
want to comment on the teacher and teacher. I think, you know, when I'm saying, like, it's not just like colleagues. Anyway, it can say, any company, like, it can happen. It's not just teachers and teachers. Just that we are focusing on teachers because, you know, teachers are everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, well, just we focus too much. This teacher is dating this teacher. But then I think this thing happens in almost all the companies, everywhere. Like, it happens. But then. What do you think? What's your take on
what is it like? So that when we come next week, we are like, okay, as the public has said, this and this, public is voting or no, we shouldn't allow this to happen.
So you mean it should be like a law that if your colleagues, you shouldn't?
No, if your colleagues, when you step through the gate of your workplace,
your colleagues,
your colleagues.
So when you leave,
that's when it starts.
Oh, you mean dating? Like you end up showing,
being the cozy. Exactly.
Oh yeah, I think, yeah. When I didn't explain it well, guys.
No, you should really see the lines.
What I thought you were saying, should dating or romantic relationship be allowed?
No, romantic relationship is allowed.
Okay, but then now showing it in front of everyone
in workspace where you are in a meeting, but there you are.
Yeah, let's hear what you have to say about this, guys.
Exactly. So hit us up in the comment section.
Hi, in terms of comments, the comment section, so guys, I hope you comment, like, most importantly, subscribe.
Yes, guys. This is for you, and this is
so
brought to you by Mr. Just Sage.
We wanna share a lot of things with you guys. We wanna ask questions. I'm also a teacher, but then, you know, there are a lot of things maybe that I'm not aware of. That in the future. Next episode, obviously, we're gonna have guests and then Zakar. So don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment, and follow us on social media. I am Josh Sage, your host. Let me introduce you again. Karabo M. Mathaila.
Yes.
Okay,
and
guys.
I'm your co-host at the Teachers Podcast.
Yeah, it's the Teachers Podcast. # in conversation with Josh Sage. So next time, guys, guys, let's hear from you guys what you want us to talk about, and then so Carl.
And we'll be having more information on the concessions, on the relation between...
concessions, that's one very, I think, others can comment, they can have their views on how maybe if there was concession at your school. They can just tell us, okay, this is how it was handled, this is how it was applied and everything.
And I feel like not most people are exposed to it, like you said.
Exactly. Like, I only got exposed to this, like, last year. And I also feel like, no matter what was fair. They never taught about certain concession when I was doing my course. I think also, I think it needs to be put somewhere in my course. Because there's something called the concession. I think this concession thing is something that we still have to talk about. And schools need to apply it, according to me. Because when you're against it.
I'm against it. Yeah, I'm not.
Karabo is against the concession.
I'm not voting.
You don't want to post learners. You don't want learners to be posted.
No, it's not.
But like, you can just find someone who knows nothing about this thing.
No, it's not about me being against learners being boosted or having that helping hand. The helping hand, is it only helping, or there's a certain hand that is also helping?
Karabo, here I am. I'm Josh. I don't know how to write. Here's the question.
What are you doing in that grade? How did you pass the other grades?
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it. Okay, guys. Let's cut it here. So we'll continue next time, guys. Next episode. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. So next episode, guys, there are a lot of things we have to talk about. So we're gonna be releasing an episode almost every Sunday. Sundays. So every Sunday we're releasing an episode, and then be ready and click the notification button, guys, so that must post it now. And you I have to be ready to watch the Teachers Podcast.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us. This is Karabo M. Should I start with Karabo M or Mathaila M Karabo? But anyways, this is Karabo M Mathaila, your co-host at the Teachers Podcast, along with Josh Sage. # in conversation with Josh Sage.
I'm sure you've heard my name many times in this episode, so I'm not gonna say my name again. Guys,
thank
next time,
so much.
Thank you for
Don't
watching.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah.
Follow.
Next time.
The like button.